sent away to boarding school, her things would have been very important to her. And they used to move things probably at the boarding school, and they used to have inspections. And I mean, if she was anything like you or me, you know, all her little pile of stuff by her bed, and then come back and find it's all been thrown away or moved, or you're not allowed to have it. You know what that would do to your psyche. So it's years of that, and then it's her way of they can't do that to me anymore. I can keep it all. That was the big thing.
Oh yeah.
When we emptied the kitchen, there was 6 bin liners of food, tins, and there was a carrier bag which contained 47 sachets of hollandaise sauce mix. And even when we went shopping later that evening, she went to pick up 2 sachets of hollandaise sauce, and we'd sat and counted them. But there were 6 bin liners full of tins. That was just the tins. Do you remember they were all piled up in front of the cupboard because you couldn't get anything in the cupboards? Granny wouldn't go through and throw old tissues out and old just receipts from shopping and all sorts of stuff. She wouldn't, and she won't let you, and she gets cross if you try to. She needs it all, but she doesn't sit and empty her bag out. Oh, she watched me do it once, and the whole time she was doing that funny eyebrows thing she does, trying to think of something clever. Oh, I suppose you always, you know, and she couldn't, you could just see her eyebrows going up all the time, doing this funny sort of head gesture thing that she does. And it was really bugging her, but I was just sorting through my bag, and I ended up with a big pile of paper, and I chucked it in the bin. And I could feel she was going to go and look through it for me afterwards. So there's well, that was the other thing, I think, being the youngest of 6, and they were quite a lot older than her, the older 3, because he died. But they would have all talked about India all the time, in Sri Lanka. Just imagine it when they were in Bedford, and they would have all boasted, oh, this was great and that was great. So she would have heard all these stories, but probably not really be able to remember it. I mean, she's only 4, so she has got memories, but she can't really remember Sri Lanka. But she can remember lots of stories about Sri Lanka, but she can't. They're not really her memories. They're reported memories, you know, repeated memories, and probably that all came across as, oh, they've had a better, you know, they've had something better than I've had, because it must have been really weird to arrive in Bedford during the Blitz in the Second World War, with all blackout curtains and no amazing jungles outside and horrible abusive neighbours and stuff. Yeah, very different. She was really bullied by one of the boys that lived in there. Eggy Adams, there we go.
She's told me that one, yeah. It's really sick, some of the things they did, actually.
Yeah.
Really, really twisted. Like, I didn't really believe a lot of it, but I kind of do as well. I don't know, like that story with the boxes, and they were trying to hang her. It sounds like one of her hypnobombia things, but
no,
it's an old memory.
That story. She's always told that story. It hasn't changed. And some of the news stories are different, but no, they definitely hung her out of a tree. And you know, her whole thing was, I didn't blub. That was her whole survival thing, was to not cry. And that was her achievement, that she's sort of, when she tells that story, that's the thing she achieved, was that she managed not to cry.